So, Alex, this was one that I was going to talk about earlier in the year, but I didn't really think that there was much to discuss.
All
And
right.
so I've saved it for now.
Okay.
Um, Way back toward the beginning of the year, we were talking about game preservation and games that are no longer available, and some of them that, and I think some people responded to that about games that they really wanted to see. I did decide to contact some of the actual companies and ask them about these games and what if anything, I could do to obtain them. Because there were several of them. I think I reached out to 5 or 6 of the different game companies that had license to some of these, and I didn't really get a response from most of them. However, I did get a response back from Rockstar.
Okay.
Which was, at least they did that. Although I can tell you that I'm gonna read you the interaction that I had back and forth. I can tell you that it's very form lettery, the way that it's put.
Sounds about right.
And it left me a little deflated, but it was in response to Oni. Oni was the one that they had put out originally, which, for people who don't know, was a game that came out, probably 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, which was kind of like an action melee beat-em-up game that I think had a bit of a fan following at the time, never got any follow-up games to it. It was kind of a singular thing. I was wondering about it, because Oni, as far as I can tell, is not available anywhere. But on March 24th, way back then, I had written to wrote to Rockstar and I said, "Hello, I have been trying to track down information on how I can purchase Oni, but it does not seem to be available on any platform for PC, including the Rockstar store. How would I be able to purchase the game? Is there any possibility of making it available to purchase for those interested? Thank you." And I got a response back from somebody at Rockstar support. And it says, "Hello. Thank you for contacting Rockstar Support. We do not have any information to provide on this topic, as our focus is on assisting players who have had technical issues with our games. For the latest product information," they go on to that, and then they say, "Also, we will surely pass on your feedback with our respective team. Although we cannot guarantee a response, we review submissions and appreciate your feedback." And then they said, "Do not hesitate to reach out in the future if you have any technical issues with any of our titles." I responded back, because what they do is, like, after a few days, they ask if you had your question answered, and they ask for your feedback if you haven't said anything. And so on April 1st, I wrote back, because I hadn't gotten my question answered, because they didn't tell me. And I said, "Hello, I was inquiring about Oni and where I could purchase the game, if at all possible. I was informed that requests are only for current games, so I do not have an answer, but it appears Rockstar has no interest in providing me with one. Thank you for your time, Nathan." And I got a response back from that, which was less form lettery, so that's good, but still not helpful, to be honest. And it said, "Thank you for replying and regret the difficulties you are experiencing. Further, we wish we could assist you with the game that you are requesting for. Unfortunately, we do not have any information to share regarding the same. As such, we are failing to assist you with a resolution. We truly are sorry for the inconvenience that you have experienced. If you have any other queries or concerns, please let us know." Well, I did have a query or concern, as you can imagine, which is that no one could tell me this. So I just wanted to clarify. And so I responded back. And what I said, just because I wanted this on record, is I said, "Just so I'm clear, a game that Rockstar produced and currently holds license to is currently unavailable on any platform, and you cannot tell me where I can purchase said game. Is this an accurate assessment?" And I got a different person from Rockstar Support to give me to contact me back. And you might recognize how this is written. And it said, "Thank you for reaching out to us. We do understand your concern, but unfortunately, we do not have any information to provide on this topic, as our focus is on assisting players who are having technical issues with our games. For the latest product information on our titles, we recommend staying tuned. Please do not hesitate to reach out to Future for technical difficulties on it." I did not, at that point, bother to reach out.
It sounds
for
like you're
further.
just getting AI-generated response.
At this point, I felt like I was doing the Ouroboros thing, where it was just eating its own tail, and I realized that I'm not going to get anywhere here. That indeed, I was not going to get an answer back. Credit where credit is due, at least Rockstar, responded back. I tried some of the other game studios, like Vivendi, because I wanted to talk to them about, Chronicles of Riddick, the Chronicles of Riddick games, and there were a couple others, and frankly, one, kind of tricky to find out where to send, queries about this to customer service. They make it very difficult to ask those questions a lot of the time, and frankly, none of them got back to me. At least Rockstar responded. As you can tell, this was April. I have not heard back from any of them, to be honest with you, elsewise. And it is very deflating for me, because it does make me think that there's just some of these games where, as far as I can tell, they're just off the market. They're just gone. And good luck getting it back. I did also send a message off to the Game Preservation Society, who usually works with Japanese development, like Eastern developers, and I had just inquired about, is there a division for Western games, because it seems like that wasn't necessarily the focus. I also didn't hear back from them, so I guess all things considered, at least Rockstar gave me a response. So
yeah,
there's
very
that.
true. Very true.
But I did want to at least bring it up, because I wanted to let people know that I did investigate this a little bit more. Just to see if anybody would tell me, hey, you have these games, they're part of your license, but we can't get them.
Yeah.
And, what's up with that? It'd be cool if we could. So, yeah, deflating as it is, especially with how much I do care about the preservation of games as we move less from physical media and more into digital, but...
Well, piracy.
Something I saw recently, and I have to say that I'm having trouble disagreeing with it. There was a discussion about how game studios, when you purchase games, they don't actually consider it that you own the game, that you're just, renting the game, you have the license to it, but the studio still owns that copy of the game. And somebody said, if buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't theft.
Yeah.
Kinda true. Hate to tell you this. I don't like that idea. I don't like that that's where it's going, but also kinda true. But if anyone was thinking about some of the games that you might want to see come back that you're having trouble tracking down, let me know in the comments down below. I really wish that we had a better outlet to get through the noise to talk to studios about these things, but I don't, my lowly little butt doesn't have the ability to do it, it seems. Yeah. Oh well. Sad emoji. I'd like to play Oni. If I could get my hands on Oni, I'd play it again.
Well, you're gonna have to see if you can buy a disc.
Yeah, I think the discs are real expensive if I were to buy the physical ones, I think. I had only played the demo, too, so I really wouldn't be able to tell you about the full release game.
My most expensive games are right here.
Oh, Dot Hack, right?
Yep.
And you'll never part with those.
Might. If I can emulate them.
Sure.
Then I would absolutely, because I don't have a PlayStation 2 to play them on, so...